get the laser focus like you Diplo. You keep a couple secrets in the tails of the crypto. Keep a couple secrets in the tails of the crypto. Make the most to get the laser focus like you Diplo. Yeah, trust in the process is essential. Studying my chart should be the object of your mental. Moon in the Lambo, taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo, taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. The moon and the angels. Made man who die, read the game plan. They can't stand. We flying where they can't land. Lifestyle, so good I gotta write down. Trying out, don't make me pull my drive out. Made man who die, read the game plan. They can't stand. We flying where they can't land. Lifestyle, I never gotta lie about. Trying out, don't make me pull my drive out. Yeah. Alright. Don't make me pull my drive out. Crypto life. Yeah. Made man, baby. How to rap true. Yeah. Diary made man. Stay tuned. Go.
Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com. Disclaimer: Token Metrics Media LLC does not provide individually tailored investment advice and does not take a subscriber's or anyone's personal circumstance into consideration when discussing investments, nor is it registered as an investment advisor or broker-dealer in any jurisdiction. Information contained herein is not an offer or solicitation to buy, hold, or sell any security. The Token Metrics team has advised and invested in many blockchain companies. A complete list of their advisory roles and current holdings can be viewed here at tokenmetrics.com/disclosures.
All right. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Token Metrics live stream. And as usual, being joined by Bill. Bill, how are you? How's it going? Awesome. Yeah. It's a pleasure having you on the show as usual. And man, I mean, alt season does not look like it's stopping anytime soon. What's your take on just how the market is and excitement? And as usual, being joined by Bill. Bill, how are you? How's it going? Awesome. Yeah. It's a pleasure having you on the show as usual. Yeah, I mean, that's very true because I basically told our Token Metrics customers that right now, I mean, even us as the Token Metrics guys and girls, or just looking at things from a fundamental standpoint, fundamentals have really been thrown out the window at this point in time because people are just FOMOing into things. So if you're out there making money, be cautious, take profits, lock in profits. Nobody ever got fired for taking profits. So don't feel bad if you lock in profits and you go buy yourself something nice, or your family something nice, or you just pay off your debt, or just achieve any goals you have, right? Any financial goals you have. Nobody will get mad at you for taking profits, right? So with that being said, we're very, very excited for today's show. So if you have any questions, just give me 1 second, sorry. We'll be taking questions via Mentimeter as usual. I just have to pull up the code. So this is going out to YouTube, to Periscope, Twitter, Facebook. Also gets turned into a podcast. If you're not, so I would say go to tokenmetrics.com/podcast to join the podcasts. That way you basically get all our content and the audio on the go. It's being put out on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, pretty much anywhere where there's audio. So definitely recommend to check that out. Okay, so just give me 1 second here. So if you want to submit any questions to the AMA, go to menti.com. That's MENTI.com. Use the code 583978. That's 583978 to submit your questions. And I mean, today's lead. So first of all, thank you, crypto family. I mean, as mentioned earlier,
We just
landed on the moon in a Lambo. I mean, this has been by far our biggest week ever. This has been bigger than the Bitcoin halving. I mean, just think about that, because our best month to date for Token Metrics in terms of new people joining the platform was the Bitcoin halving. So in the last 1 week, we had so many people join the platform. I mean, like my phone every time pings me every time somebody joins and basically joins the 14-day free trial and signs up. And in the last, because the week prior prior to launching the indices was our biggest month in a while. I mean, was our biggest 1 week span in a while. But in the last 7 days, we basically just shattered everything. Right. So first of all, thank you to everybody out there, crypto family, for believing in Token Metrics, the platform. And as mentioned before, the indices has been something that people have been asking for, right? Because we understand that, yes, we're doing the research and everything, but people want very fast time to value to know what coins to buy based on our research. So, I mean, being able to now take all of our crazy analytics, AI, machine learning stuff, package that into something very easy to consume that tells you what portfolios based on different investment styles and also gives you the allocation breakdown. I mean, I think just based on the growth in the last 1 week tells us this is something people have been asking for. This is something our crypto family loves. So thank you for all the support. And then we now have over 1,000 affiliates that have joined the affiliate program. And as mentioned a while back, we're paying out 40% commission. And I mean, I think now we're very glad to say we have some affiliates who won't be named, but they're making a pretty good income with that, right? Some people are making, I would say, in the low thousands, right? Anywhere, I would say probably $3,000 to $5,000 a month just as affiliates, right? And so anybody out there who's part of the affiliate program, thank you as well for just being a part of the crypto family and just going out there and evangelizing Token Metrics, right? But at the end of the day, we all know none of this would happen unless we were actually giving our customers results, right? So that's why we're very excited with the current performance. Last time I checked, we had 11 out of 12 indices that were outperforming Bitcoin by about 2x, right? So basically meaning that you didn't lose any money and you're making twice as much money. I'm sorry. The average ROI for all the indices was about 74% last time I calculated, which was prior to the launch, right? But I mean, we are in alt season and there has been a big influx of people. I mean, we're in alt season when Bitcoin maximalists start asking you for coins to buy, right? So the fact that that's happening, right, means that we're definitely in alt season, and Token Metrics was designed to help you figure out, okay, should you be in different types of alts based on your investment style? And I mean, this is something we think the crypto community has been asking for. So in today's show, we'll go through and show you the exact portfolios and also show you the price prediction index and how it's up 400% and why this is something we think is going to change crypto forever. I mean, not to really hype it up, but I mean, this is really transformational because we're doing the heavy lifting for you. So no longer do you have to go through and scour thousands of different cryptocurrencies and try to find which ones could go up next. We're doing the heavy research for you. You log into the indices, which is now the homepage, and we tell you exactly what portfolio it's holding, right? So for anybody out there who's been following me back in 2017 with Blockfolio, this is like Blockfolio on steroids, right? Because people have been asking, Ian, when can you post your own portfolio? Well, now we have over 12 different portfolio examples catering to different kinds of investment styles because everyone is different, right? Some people want fundamentals. Some people want a balanced approach. Some people want just technical analysis. Some people want just price predictions. So we're catering to all kinds of people based on different investment styles, based on different time horizons. And most important of all, we're trying to take everybody to the moon with us, right? Because this is a team effort. This is a crypto family effort, right? That's why we keep on saying crypto family. And that's why that's even the coupon code, right? If you go to tokenmetrics.com and join today with the coupon code crypto family, all caps, one word, that gives you 10% off lifetime discount. And as mentioned, we're on the verge of closing the free trial, probably I would say by the end of this month. So if you've not joined yet, I mean, I don't know what you're waiting for at this point in time, right? Because I mean, 14-day free trial, you basically have nothing to lose. But I mean, the idea is after probably by, I would say beginning of August, we'll probably switch to a discounted paid trial, right? So this is pretty much the last call before this free trial rocket ship is over. Anything else to add to that, Bill? Yeah. So once again, crypto family, thank you so much for all the support. Now, without further ado, I mean, let's really just hop into the indices to kind of show you the proof is in the pudding. Just give me 1 second here as I open this up here. And once again, if you have any questions, go to menti.com, menti.com. Use the code 583978. That's 583978 to ask your questions. Okay, so with that being said, let me just quickly go through how all this works. Right, so for those who've kind of been following us for some time, to kind of give you a recap in terms of what we do here at Token Metrics, we take our framework of researching cryptocurrencies, and just kind of based on now being in the crypto space for over 4 years, being angel investors, having invested in the space for tokens, for equity, and then also just kind of our experience, basically our entire team's brain trust, our knowledge, we turn that into a framework. We ingest that into machine learning models. Then we have them create 100 new variations, and we test them and try to find like a model that is able to predict which coin will go up, right? And we break that down into several factors. So we have different models. At this point in time, we're running customized models for every cryptocurrency. I don't know anybody in the space who's doing that. Let me repeat that again. We're running customized models for each cryptocurrency, meaning that it's not a one-size-fits-all. Each cryptocurrency has its own customized model. It's kind of like having a tailored suit, right? So we aren't taking the Bitcoin model and trying to apply that to some altcoin. Each altcoin has its own AI model, custom tailored to it, basically its own custom tailored suit. So that's what allows us to be able to predict with better accuracy than anybody out there in the space, to my knowledge, right? Obviously, we aren't perfect, and crypto is very volatile. So definitely don't want to tell anybody out there that we're perfect, right? Sometimes we're wrong, but I mean, the idea is to be better than the average trader out there, right? Because we had a recent customer survey. I would say about 35%, based on just the different finance journals I've read, about 35% of traders make money, right? Basically 65% lose money, right? So, but with our platform, over 50% of our customers are making money, right? So we're already blowing away the average trader, right? And now we're trying to get even better. So, and we think launching the indices does that, right? So we have indices for price predictions, for TA, for technology, for fundamentals, but this is the index that's performing the best at this point in time, right? So this is the trader monthly price prediction index. So if we go here, this is the ROI. This is up 459%, right? So, I mean, if you compare that to Bitcoin, right? So I wonder where all the Bitcoin maximalists are at this point in time. But I mean, we're in alt season, and if you're in alt season, you want to kind of have a strategy to build a portfolio based off of that, right? So looking at this chart, I mean, this is something our customers were asking for, because earlier, before we understand, it was very difficult to really know how each rating on our platform worked. Well, now the indices, they put everything front and center. You know whether it's performing well, whether it's performing poor, right? So for example, our trader weighted daily is not performing too well. It's only up 23%, right? But that's the entire point of the indices. Everything's transparent. You can go through there and see how everything's doing, right? And even here, we have the portfolio. We have the exact allocation that our indices suggest. So in this case, this is all being weighted based on the prediction and the grade. So as you see here, some coins that have been performing well are in this portfolio. That's why lots of people have been making money, right? Because Chainlink has been up. I mean, Hex has been up. Elrond has been performing well, right? So then even down here, we have the holdings, right? So this portfolio, this index began with $10,000 and now it's up to $51,000, right? So, I mean, I don't know about you, but that's definitely some good money. Then if you go down here, this is probably the most important part. This logs all the trades and transactions this index is making. So if you want to be able to kind of follow along and see how well it's performing, I mean, everything is logged here, right? Kind of like back in 2017 when I was posting my daily blockfolio, everything is here, right? So pretty much every trade, every buy and sell is logged here. And let's say you don't like the price prediction index, right? Because yes, it is making money, but it's also the most risky because it's not looking at fundamentals, technology, nothing. It's looking just purely at past price history, right? It's just looking purely at the charts and trying to predict where things are going, right? Let's say you want to have a more balanced approach. Let's say you're a long-term hodler or investor, right? So I would just come here to value investor. I'll probably pick maybe quarterly or annually, pick a balanced approach, just hit submit here. And this will go through and give you a portfolio based on this, on these inputs, right? So right now it's going through doing the calculations. Bear with us, it does take some time, right? But the cool thing is now you can also compare all the different portfolios we have for value investor. So the best performing one is the value investor balanced quarterly, which is up 86%, or the balanced annually, which is also up 86%, right? So meaning that long term, if you're a long-term person who wants to have a portfolio and only make changes every 3 months, this is a portfolio for you, right? And as you see here, we've done all the research for you to give you the best coins based on fundamentals and technology, which are Matic, 0x, Zilliqa, Ethereum, Augur, Bitcoin, Stellar, Zcash, Cosmos, VeChain. Now, one thing to note, we do go through and filter out the illiquid coins. So we only show you cryptocurrencies with a daily trading volume of 500,000 or more. That way, you basically aren't trading or buying any coins that are illiquid. And then down here, this also shows you the portfolio versus Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin has pretty much been, I mean, you know, Bitcoin is not really in favor at the moment when BTC Maximals are asking us, the altcoin guys, what altcoins to buy, right? Because I've had recently some BTC Maximals who run hedge funds reach out to me wanting to use Token Metrics platform, right? And it's pretty funny because in a bear market, nobody wants to talk about altcoins, but now that alts are mooning, when Bitcoin hedge funds are coming to you asking about our platform and what alts to buy, you know that it's a good time to be in alts. Then as mentioned earlier, down here shows you the holdings, and down here shows you the transactions. So we think this is a game changer, honestly, right? Because no longer do you have to be an expert to make money in crypto. Whether you've been in crypto for 3 years, whether you joined crypto back in 2009, or whether you joined crypto 2 weeks ago, right? You now have the power of AI plus our team to help you build a diversified portfolio according to your specifications, right? You basically have crypto family here with you to guide you because, as we mentioned before, we're trying to take all of us to the moon together. This is not just us trying to take ourselves to the moon, right? Because if that was the case, we would just have launched our own hedge fund, right? But for those who followed me since 2017, you know that to me it was really it was really about financial empowerment and financial freedom. That's why I was very transparent and posted my blockfolio every single day. I mean, even to a point where I ended up getting hacked, right? Because I was too transparent, right? But now we've kind of really built a platform that we think is even much more powerful than before, right? So I highly recommend you join Token Metrics before the trial ends this month, right? Because after that, you basically have to pay to join, right? So if you're still on the fence, what do you have to lose? 14 days free trial. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. Anything else to add to that, Bill? else to add to that, Bill? Okay, all right. Sorry, some people are saying Bill has no sound. Okay, apologies. Let's try to figure out what's going on here. Okay, all right. Okay, I think issue was on my end. Okay, apologies for that, Bill. Okay, could you?
All right.
Could you
can
talk
hear me
again?
now? Certainly. One of the things about the platform, that's unique, as you said, is it's helping professionals, okay, and new people. So in some ways, I'm a professional, and when it comes to certain kind of alts, I'm a new person. Okay, so when you have the ability to help everybody in markets, that's really unusual, right? Like Jim Cramer is usually considered for retail investors. Well, it's really hard to find something that can be consumed by both audiences, and that's what we have. So did that come through?
Yes, crystal clear. Thank you, Bill. And apologies to our audience, but that's been fixed. I mean, that's what happens when we have live streams. Okay, all right. Well, with that being said, I mean, without further ado, people want us to get into the show. Okay. Yeah, so definitely didn't really mean to shill. Just wanted to kind of, say thank you to our community, because, when we see so much interest in something, then we know that we've basically listened to the crypto family, right? So just kind of wanted to kind of put that out there. All right, so Bill, how's the market? I think let's hop into. Actually, no, I'm sorry. We forgot to do shout outs.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just pull that up. So shout out to. Wow, this is a pretty active stream here. So I see we have shout out to Crypto Queen. What's up? Alex, what's up? Mark, Dragon Ball Crypto, Red for Danger, Tavake, Rodrigo, James, Alice, Isobar, Alexander, Imi, what? Red for Danger. Harish says, are we all going to be millionaires? Well, why not? Right? Why not? Why not dream?
Why not?
Right? Why not? That's why we're here, right? If anybody else can do it, why not us? Right? That's kind of the spirit we have, right? Why not us? If we're willing to put in the work, learn, right? Come here, do Token Metrics, do the research. Why not us, right? Because if we're willing, that's kind of been my philosophy in life for anything. Why not us? Why not me, right? Because if you're willing to put in the work, why not? Okay? All right. With that being said, let's hop into crypto therapy.
Okay. Okay, so we are going to talk. Let's talk about something that's deeply connected into alt season, which is Bitcoin dominance. Okay. So obviously the old range in 2017, Bitcoin was 80 something percent of the market. At the bottom, it was roughly 30%. And now we're sort of living in the middle. So Bitcoin is roughly 62% of the overall market cap, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you might say, gee, is alt season just starting or did I miss it? That's a big question, right? That is the question. Did I miss it? If you look at this, okay, Bitcoin dominance looks like it's just starting to break down. So if the old range was 80 to 30, the new range may be 60 to 40. Okay. So I think Bitcoin dominance actually has a chance to fall and bigger alts can get going.
Wow.
Right? This is one thing I was talking about last week, right?
Yeah.
Don't get off the trend too early. All right. Now, this is alt market cap. Okay. Now, last week said the same thing. This week, going to stick with it, right? The bad news is altcoin market cap is at resistance, mainly because big alts led by Ethereum have not moved. But obviously, because of this huge DeFi pump, right, alts have been able to stay stable. They're not going down, right? And one of the things I've noticed is that when a market acts like this, right, when it just sort of sits there right below a resistance point, a big rip to the upside is possible, right? This was what we saw in VeChain right before it just flat out took off. Okay. So we're going to switch over to, I know what you're all here for.
People love this one a lot.
Right. This is Hex. Okay. Now let's take a look at, okay, I'm getting there. Okay. So what are some of the signs that the crypto rally is going to continue? Okay. We could all tell you to take profits. I can show you the DeFi charts, which I will show you. But one of the things that leads me to believe this could continue is Binance Coin has taken off. Okay. So there was a rally, there was a correction, and today it's up 4%. Okay. Overstock.com. Okay. If you want to talk about mooning, okay, these guys are the ones who do T0 and security tokens. The stock bottomed around 3 and it hit 48 on Saturday. I'm sorry, on Friday. So there are components of the crypto market that are really moving. It's not just DeFi. All right. And what I think is very simply is I'm not going to get off the train too early. Yes, stocks could go down. Yes, there could be a virus problem, but we advocate taking profits when you reward yourself when you're right. But as an analyst, I'm not going to get off this train until there's a reason to. Okay. So speaking of the train, okay, let's go to DeFi. Okay. This is Aave, right? Now, as you can see, this has been an unbelievable moon. Okay. As I like to say, it is almost off the chart. It's actually very,
that was a good one.
Hard. It's hard to chart this type of instrument. All right. Now, one of the things that I've seen is that we suggested taking profits. We suggested being smart, and we suggested not necessarily FOMOing into, and people did exactly the opposite, right? They FOMOed in and the thing went up like 20, 30%. Okay. Mm-hmm. You know, when it comes to these things, all we can say is we won't tell you don't FOMO in. We will tell you to take profits. But we might also tell you that if this thing turned around and actually started to go down for some reason, you don't want to lose everything you made. All right. So just be smart about managing your P&L. All right. Now, Kava. Okay. So this is in a lot of our portfolios. Okay. These guys have a very unique model, and they're designed for lending money for, hey, speculation, which is all the rage these days. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense that this would be mooning. It's in our portfolios, but again, it's kind of approaching a level like the prior coin or some coins in DeFi where, you know, if you made a lot of money, you can take some of it. Okay. Because, you know, like one example is it's a complex looking picture. Okay. But this is VeChain again. Okay. Now, VeChain, just as an example, like other cryptocurrencies, may be making a consolidation formation, right? VeChain may be coiling up. Now, I know VeChain has already mooned, okay, but it could moon again. And other cryptocurrencies that have good fundamentals like Cosmos, Zcash, Ethereum, right? I've been following Stellar, Tezos, Monero, Cardano, right? Mm-hmm. In other words, the prediction, okay, is that this spreads out. So I don't want to give you death by charts, but if the crypto market continues to hold here with alts mooning, a breakout seems inevitable to me. Okay. Now, if not, it's going to be because there's a problem in equities, But thank God we're not in equities. We're in crypto. So
Yeah.
we're going to stick with the trend.
Wow. I mean, that's music to my ears. So quick questions for our audience. What altcoins have we not covered? Or rather, what do you think is most undervalued right now that you think we should chart or just add to our platform? Please tell us down in the comments below. Which altcoin do you believe is the most undervalued altcoin? Because if alt season is still here, then we definitely want to know which altcoin maybe is one we haven't covered yet, right? What's the next Aave, right? So what coin do you think is most undervalued? Tell us down in the comments below. And also please make sure to subscribe, share this with your friends, crypto family. Let's all go to the moon together. Okay, so one other question I have for you, Bill. One other question I have for you. So if alt season is just getting started, and you mentioned earlier that if equities is really the only thing that can prevent alts from mooning, I believe, right?
Right.
Can alts keep on mooning possibly if equities crash and Bitcoin crashes? Are we now in a world where DeFi and maybe some other alts, maybe the higher end alts, have kind of uncoupled or decoupled from Bitcoin and from equities? Is that world possible?
Okay, so that world is possible, but we have to talk about magnitude, right? So, if equities correct, right? Because equities went straight up, right? So if there's a normal correction in equities, I know everybody over there gets hysterical if it goes down 2%. That's a quiet evening for crypto, 2%.
Yeah.
But if equities fall off, or even if Bitcoin goes down 3 or 4%, okay, I think alts will correct. So you'll have a nasty profit-taking flush, right? But as long as it's not another calamity like March, it's going to be buy the dip and moon. Okay.
Yeah.
In other words, if crypto actually takes a punch, right? Because that's the best thing that could happen, is that we could actually test it, right? If crypto takes a punch and gets back up, okay, everyone's going to go, oh my God. And that's when I think the bigger altcoins can move.
Okay, now let's go back to Bitcoin. I mean, what's happening with Bitcoin? I mean, Bitcoin has been almost ignored, right? Bitcoin is not even trending anymore on Twitter.
Right. Okay, so this is kind of a classic from the institutional world, right? In the institutional world, what goes up? It doesn't matter what sector, what market, it doesn't matter. What goes up? Well, very simply, what goes up is the things that no one owns. No one owns it, right? So if you're in crypto, you've probably got Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? You've probably got a big portfolio of the leading high market cap cryptos. This actually reminds me of a humbling moment for me where someone was asking me about asset allocation. I said big cryptos, and you were like, I'm the opposite. I want a bag of alts, right?
Yeah.
Now we know why you're running the place, right? Seriously, right? Okay, no one owns these coins, and in the case of DeFi, it's becoming obvious, especially since it's literally off the charts, that the bigger players may be jumping in. Okay. And once they can't get into DeFi anymore, or if they can't get into DeFi because they're too big, I think they're going to start moving into, let's just say, other altcoins. Okay. I have the list that I follow, but of course I'm probably going to wind up being like everybody else and being glued to whatever the token metrics models are following. Okay.
Yeah.
So we can cover all the bases, human and market. Human and machine. But the Bitcoin maximalists they're running into a problem. Their coin is too popular. There's no new buyers because everybody who was going to buy it has already got it. That's the way it's trading. Okay. It's also trading, if I may add one more thing, it's because it doesn't move, it's becoming pretty obvious that, there's another type of instrument that is used as collateral, right? That's what DeFi is. Wrapped Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is actually starting to move like a treasury bond, or a treasury bill, which means it doesn't really move at all.
Yeah, I don't think that's something people want to associate Bitcoin with bonds.
Well, they could associate Bitcoin with things like precious metals or anything else that can be used as collateral.
Yeah.
Right. So I know the Bitcoin maximalists are probably pretty depressed, but it's actually good news that if Bitcoin holds and becomes the collateral of the DeFi system, okay, yes, that is glorious for Bitcoin. It just means you don't get to go to the moon holding it.
Yeah. Now, just to kind of add on to that, I think what's also changed this time around versus the last bull run is just the adoption and the diversity of stablecoins. Because before, people would basically flow into Bitcoin to store their value. But now if you have stablecoins, and we have Tether, we have DAI, we have the TUSD, we have Coinbase USD, we have Binance USD. There's so many different options for stablecoins that you don't really have to park your money in Bitcoin during any market uncertainty. And then if you add on yield, so for example, this week, herein by Andre or Andres, I think, right? He's basically building a platform that lets you earn up to 25% annually on stablecoins. Like 25% on basically dollar-backed stablecoins, on holding a basket of stablecoins. I mean, that beats the return on most stocks, right? That beats the average return on an index in equities, just holding dollar-backed stablecoins. So I think if we're now in a world like this changes everything, because even with Bitcoin in the last month or so has underperformed stablecoin lending. I mean, just think about that for a second. Bitcoin, the best cryptocurrency out there right now, number one in market cap, has underperformed stablecoin lending. And when people hear that, that's why lots of BTC Maximals are now either going through Rand BTC or through Wrapped Bitcoin and trying to send their Bitcoin to Ethereum, because they want to outperform Bitcoin through lending, right? Because if they can still hold the asset and get paid to take risk, I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. So that's why it's very interesting to see BTC Maximals now really come around, right? Because it's kind of funny how they come around. They don't really just come out and say it. They just kind of come to you very curious and ask you about how to send Bitcoin to Ethereum to earn more interest, or how to do some initial research into altcoins, right? Even though they called them shitcoins a while back, but now they want to dabble in the space. Now they're very open-minded. So not sure if that's a sign of it being the top, but I think it's definitely something all the Bitcoin Maximals have to pay attention to, because the game's changing. Because if people can make more money on DeFi with stablecoin lending versus holding Bitcoin, it might take a while for Bitcoin to pump. And this kind of might, but definitely tell us what you think. Do you think Bitcoin is going to pump anytime soon, or do you think alt season is still here? And as mentioned before, what altcoins are undervalued? Tell us down in the comments below. Okay, so let's check in here with our audience. This is a very, very active live stream. Thank you to everybody everybody who's posting comments. Okay, let me take a look here. Apologies, just give me a second. Okay, Charles says Nimic. I recall Nimic. I was actually an investor in the ICO back in 2017. I've been hearing a ton about it recently. Okay, some people are saying Hex. Hex is now $1 billion market cap. Yes, I did see that post from Richard, where I think on Coin Paprika and Nomic, Hex is basically top 25 market cap, while Coin Market Cap itself is not really showing it any love. Okay, James says Lunar. Michael says LCX. Okay, yeah, so we have been looking into LCX, and actually we'll be doing an interview with the CEO, I believe, of LCX Exchange. They did reach out to me via Twitter, so interview is scheduled, I believe, sometime this week. So stay tuned for that. That'll be part of the 100X show. And then I've also finished up doing an interview with Crypto Burb, who is one of the best crypto traders out there on Twitter. I basically asked my audience on Twitter, what traders do you think are good? And lots of people said him. So very glad to have the interview. That should be coming up this week. Okay, Paul says synthetics. Somebody says ADA. ADA has been revving up as you see. I think our price prediction index was bullish on ADA. Okay, Blockstack, Algorand are undervalued. Thank you, Manny. Ren, DMM governance. Sushil, yes, I've been hearing a lot about that. For us, we're kind of on the fence about that. But right now, as mentioned with DeFi, fundamentals honestly do not matter. I think what really matters is really technology and just having some kind of social proof, whether it's having good investors or what have you, and then just really market sentiment. So basically Twitter and just Telegram sentiment. But right, so if we're looking at that right now, we would say the DeFi tokens we're very excited about. Curve is definitely one to keep an eye on. We have the review on tokenmetrics.com. Definitely go check that out. We also have BZX on there and some others, and we plan to add more DeFi. So question for the audience: would you like us to create a DeFi index based on our AI and ratings? If that's something you guys would like to leverage, definitely tell us down in the comments below. The more comments we get, the more we'll basically kind of think about doing that, because we know lots of people do want to dabble in DeFi. So if it's something you guys are like, that's something we'll check into. Okay, all right. Well, thank you everybody for all these great comments. Wow, hard to keep up with. Okay, all right. So let me pull up the. No, sorry, just give me 1 second here. Let me close some windows. Don't want my computer to have too many windows open here. Anything else to add on your end, Bill?
Well, let's put it this way. If we made a DeFi index, right, we would probably move the market. that's how pumped up people seem to be about DeFi. And of course, one other thing to add, I have this thesis that don't get off the crypto train, don't get scared of equities. People, crypto has an interest rate mechanism. I know everyone calls it DeFi, right? Because it's pumping, right? But us sort of maybe more senior guys are looking at this and we're going, cryptocurrencies have an interest rate system now, right? It makes a currency legitimate if you can get interest on a deposit. It's it's what you would teach a sixth grader about a checking account. But now in cryptocurrencies with an interest rate mechanism, this is one of the things that could allow the whole ecosystem to expand. Somebody from Multicoin Capital wrote an essay once or a blog post, it was the multi-trillion-dollar market cap for crypto, right? So these ideas are out there, and getting an interest rate mechanism is just the start.
Yeah. Okay. Well said. Okay. So thank you for that, Bill. All right. So next segment. This is a segment that's been very, very popular with our audience. We basically get two cryptocurrencies that we think are pretty interesting, and we have you, the audience, vote and tell us which cryptocurrencies you think have more upside. All right. So it's time for Crypto Showdown. And the two cryptocurrencies we have. So what do you think has more upside? Elrond or VeChain? So these are two cryptocurrencies that have been very, very popular. Elrond has had great returns in the last 90 days. VeChain has had great results in the last 90 days. So it's time for this battle royale. So go to menti.com, MENTI.com. Use the code 583978. That's 583978, and make your voices heard. Which cryptocurrency do you think has more upside? Is it Elrond or is it VeChain? I mean, who will the winner be? Also post down in the comments below which cryptocurrency you think has more upside as well. So Elrond or VeChain, and Bill. So from your perspective, looking at the TA, which cryptocurrencies do you think have more upside?
Okay, well, let's talk about these two. I just pulled up Elrond. Okay, so obviously, I think we actually charted this once before. Okay, and it mooned way beyond what I would have expected. Okay, it's almost unchartable. I'm going to try to do it right here. One of the reasons why I would go with VeChain, okay, is one of the things you have to look at when you see these what are called parabolic markets is I call it an overshoot, right? In other words, people just FOMO in, and they FOMO in so hard, it takes out key chart points. And then when everything settles down, it corrects. So even though this has gone up a lot, I kind of like VeChain a little bit better, only because it looks Elrond may have run its course for now, right? And I think you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think VeChain is got some more solid fundamentals or technology behind it. You could.
So based on our ratings at Token Metrics, I believe Elrond has decent technology, decent fundamentals. I think that they're both in value investor wise, they're both in the 70s. VeChain fundamentals were very high. I think they were in the 80s, but the technology was probably in the 60s last time I checked. So, so it's kind of, I mean, VeChain has basically been in the top 25 market cap, kind of going between 20 and 25, while Elrond has really been up and coming, right? Elrond had their IEO on Binance, then they've kind of really just been executing. I believe in the last 90 days, they were launching their mainnet, I believe, and they basically had some other news as well. Now Elrond is in the top 50 market cap, I believe. So it's basically been coming for that top 25 spot. So the question is, our audience, do you think this will continue? Do you think Elrond has more bandwidth to basically grow, or do you think VeChain is next? So tell us in the comments down below. Then also tell us here on the Crypto Showdown. Wow. Okay. So the audience has voted. So first is VeChain. They think VeChain has more upside. So VeChain, congrats. Also tell us why. Tell us why you think VeChain has more upside down in the comments below. And for those who chose Elrond, tell us as well. I mean, tell us why the VeChain army is wrong. Tell us down in the comments below. Thank you. Okay, so that's Crypto Showdown. Okay, now going on to the next segment. Okay, so just a quick shout out here. So if you have any questions you'd like to ask offline when we aren't basically doing the live stream, just go to our community. So we have a community and forum at forum.tokenmetrics.com. Go there, post any kinds of questions you have. As we see here, people have been asking about helium antenna. People have been asking about staking models, about staking altcoins. Okay, so here, let me answer one question in terms of staking altcoins. So in my opinion, obviously I have different points of views, but I have began staking Matic Network. I began staking it about a week ago. And it was pretty straightforward. Everything is being done through their platform. Now, those who followed us for some time, we're very bullish on Matic Network based on just fundamentals, technology, and ratings. But without getting too deep into it, just go to our platform to check out why we like Matic. Because, I mean, I like it long term, so I'm basically trying to accumulate some Matic. And right now, they're paying out 57% a year annually in Matic Network tokens. So to me, it basically made sense because I like the long-term potential of this project. It's basically in the 80 market cap range. And I think this is a project that can go to top 20 market cap. So because of that, to me, it made sense to stake this long-term. So I'm trying to hodl this for a while. So I'm trying to hodl this for at least 12 months. Now I'm saying that, but obviously nothing is guaranteed, but ideally I would like to not pay any short-term capital gains taxes on Matic. All right, so that's kind of what hopefully will prevent me from having to sell. So I'm kind of using that as a way to tell myself to hold this long-term. Some other projects we like as well, Cosmos Atom, we've covered that a lot. That's one staking coin we like a lot. Bill, anything else to add on your end?
Yeah, two things. So we have liked Matic Network. we were on the air when Matic was the only alt going up. And we helped get people out right before there was, kind of a very big correction. Now, why am I talking about a very big correction in the middle of the biggest crypto party in 3 years? You want to have a plan, right? So you just described your plan with Matic over the next 12 months. My question for our audience is, if you had positions, trading positions, an investment portfolio, and say there was a negative event that hit the tape, okay, do you have a plan, or do you have a roadmap for how you would navigate the type of shock that we saw in Matic, where it lost half of its value in like 2 days? So I don't want to ruin the party. I'm not turning the lights on, but Matic is a great topic to bring up, and to bring it up that, Ian's got a plan to earn Matic long term, and people who are trading short term need to have a plan in case something strange happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said, Bill. Well said. Thank you for that. Okay, so tell us as well, what are your favorite staking coins? Is there anything we missed? Is there any coin you think has lots of upside? Definitely tell us what staking coins are undervalued down in the comments below. Okay, so checking in here with our audience real quick. Okay, so people are saying Zilliqa, Arant top 25, Zilliqa, VeChain top 20. Somebody says short term neither, if there was a 50% correction. People are saying VeChain army is strong. People are saying Ren, Rune, Cap. Okay, lots of alt season in full effect. People are saying Hex. Okay, people are saying alt season just getting started. Music to my ears. Yeah, music to all our ears. Okay, so Jay says Matic will save Ethereum in the short term. Yeah, very, very bullish on Matic. Right now, it is undervalued. It has been underperforming the market, but kind of going back to what Bill said earlier, you want to buy coins nobody is in, right? so in my opinion, that's definitely one that nobody is in. Okay, somebody's saying Trust Swap just got a 60x, I feel like you, Ian, in 10 days. Wow, Timothy, that's crazy. I would definitely take profits if you haven't already. If you've made 60x because we have looked into that, and we do have a partial review on our platform, but I don't think that's based on fundamentals. I think that's based on just hype and FOMO, because they launched their project a month ago. There is no open source code for it, and I believe the team doesn't really have much about them online. So now the idea, I like the idea a lot. For those who don't know, Trust Drop is kind of building this decentralized smart contract that lets you kind of participate in fundraisers and things like that. It kind of reminds me of Prima Block in a way. So one of the use cases they have is you could use it to distribute tokens amongst groups of people in a trustless fashion, right? So the idea is definitely good, but the fact that they launched a month ago, to me seems kind of like they're taking advantage of the DeFi hype. So definitely be cautious. If you're up a lot, lock in those profits. Okay, all right. Moving on, let me go to the next questions here. Just give me 1 second. Okay, all right. So, apologies. Just gonna take some time here. Okay, so we're now to the AMA. All right, so question is, any thoughts on DAG, D-A-G, which is Constellation? Okay, so let's have Bill pull up that from the TA side. Then let me take a look here and see if we can pull this up from our ratings. Now, I know, because we have looked at this in the past before, DAG hasn't really scored well from a long-term value investor perspective, right? So honestly, I don't really think there's too much to talk about in terms of DAG. Now, obviously, we kind of have our own way of rating cryptocurrencies, right? But even from a trading perspective, I mean, is there any upside at the moment? Does it look bullish to you, Bill?
Okay, coming right up. Here it is. Okay, so this is Constellation versus Bitcoin. All right, now this is a big theme throughout crypto, right? It's this idea of the downward sloping wedge. Okay, in other words, bears are trying to hold something down. Now, in this particular case, all right, we see bulls make this huge charge up at this top line, right? And it looks like the sellers are there to meet them. Okay. So it's going to take a while before we would know. But this doesn't feel like a breakout is imminent, because a lot of times when it breaks out, it just kind of goes. So it's wait and see, but the bulls maybe have had their day. Okay. And you're going to have to wait 4 or 5 days to see. Now, that said, if this thing turned around and made a new high, especially since you know how to make money in alts in this market, right? If it goes up 15%, buy it, because it's going to triple, right? So don't do it right now, because the bears are pushing back. Okay. That said, if it becomes the next Kava, then you know how to trade it, because that's been the deal in this market.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Bill. Okay, all right, let's move on here to the next question. Okay, all right, so let me just take a look here. Sorry, just give me 1 second. Okay, so Orion Protocol. Partnership with Holochain. Thoughts? The center is also a Holochain partner. Okay, so I have been hearing about this one, Orion Protocol, because I think somebody did bring this up on our professional investor call about 2 weeks back. I did look into it at a high level very quickly, and honestly, I didn't really see anything that jumped out at me. Right now, I think it's just more of just the alt season pump. Honestly, I don't really see anything long term that makes this project special, because if you ask yourself what is special about this project, what's unique about it that would make you hold this for the next 3 years, right? So is the technology that groundbreaking that nobody else out there is doing it? And from my high level, I didn't really see anything groundbreaking that would make me want to hold this for the next 3 years. So which means that it's probably just pure speculation. And as a result of that, I don't really think it's something I would hold long term. Now, Holochain, that's a project I would rather, if I had to pick between the two, between Holochain and Orion, I would probably pick Holochain, in my opinion, because that does have better fundamentals. And with any new project, I mean, you basically have to figure out what camp are you in. Are you just purely speculating, where it's not based on fundamentals? And that's not a game I play myself, but I know lots of people are playing that and making money now. But I mean, let's not forget, guys. I mean, lots of people got wrecked in 2017, right? I mean, I was definitely in that camp as well. So I'm kind of trying to learn from those mistakes and not speculate, because just like in 2017 or in 2018, one of these projects is gonna end up just being a huge loss, right? One of these projects, because we had so many losses in 2018, right, and 2017. That's why ICOs fell out of favor, because people began losing money after some time. After some time, people were left holding the bag. One of these projects could end up being the next Sparkster, right? I mean, I would not be surprised if they ended up being a DeFi version of Sparkster, right? So yes, the FOMO is good when you're making money, but don't forget, I mean, eventually the music stops, right? So if the music stops, you want to make sure what you're left holding is something of value that you want to hold 3 years down the road. So that's kind of my perspective. That's why I'm taking more of a long-term approach. So from my initial research on this, it wasn't really anything I would hold long-term. And I don't think it's trading, Bill. Are you able to find anything?
I don't have a chart on that.
Yeah. So it's not trading. So, but hey, I mean, tell me, maybe you guys have different things, different opinions. So tell me down in the comments below why you like Orion Protocol. Do you think this is a long-term project? So definitely share your thoughts down in the comments below. Okay, all right, going on to the next one. Okay, this is a good question. Will you be planning to use DeFi products to store your wealth over traditional banks? Okay, so I have begun dabbling in DeFi. I haven't like put my life savings in DeFi yet, but I have been using InstaDApp, which is an application I did talk about on the last live stream as well. So these are the DeFi platforms that really kind of have my attention, right? So I definitely recommend you check this out. InstaDApp, it kind of lets you, it's kind of like your savings platform or dashboard for DeFi. It lets you leverage all these different DeFi protocols, MakerDAO, Compound, Curve as well. It lets you use all of them using your hardware wallet without having to really be a developer, right? So it lets you use all this Oasis, Kyber, DYDX, 1inch, Aave, Uniswap, right? So that's one that's really gotten my attention. The other one, Uniswap, is, I mean, this doesn't really need an intro. This is right now the best DeFi DEX out there. It has the most volume, liquidity. It's pretty much where all tokens are going to get listed. Sorry, just give me a second here. I'm trying to because it has so many different sites. Sometimes I get confused which one is which, because you have uniswap.org, .info, .exchange. Okay, so the one I'm trying to pull up here. Okay, looks like it takes some time to load. Uniswap.info is the one I'm going to. Okay, yeah. So this shows the liquidity. So pretty much all the DeFi tokens, they've been listing here. So this is version 2. So right now, combined liquidity over 109 million. So I've not used this platform yet, but I've just kind of been keeping track on it. So this has my attention. Yeah, but in terms of the ones I'm currently using, I'm basically lending my Ether on InstaDApp, and then I swapped that to stablecoins. Then I deposited that on Compound, and I'm basically comp mining, right? I'm basically yield farming with comp. Bill, anything on your end in terms of using DeFi to make money or put your savings in?
Right. Well, actually, I love this question because this person is tapping into a huge theme that the rest of the world has not picked up on. DeFi is a backup banking system. It gives you interest rates. It has collateral. I know I use that term a lot, but I mean, what's a safer collateral? A cryptocurrency or a house or a car in the middle of a huge recession or depression? So, okay, yeah, our life savings are not in DeFi, but DeFi could become an ecosystem very quickly. Like, how fast did it take Bitcoin to get big? A couple of months, right? So, yes, I don't want to advocate FOMO, even though everyone is FOMOing, but it's important to realize that the creation of a real functioning, not hypothetical, functioning backup banking system, okay, is massive. And I'm looking at my screen now and I'm watching Ethereum like start a mini rally. I'm actually wondering if the DeFi bid is actually going to make its way over to Ethereum. I know I've said that more than once. I haven't said it lately, but you were talking about what the most undervalued altcoin was out there. Well, if you define an altcoin as anything but Bitcoin, I'm actually sort of wondering about Ethereum because, again, it's a backup banking system and it's run on Ethereum.
Yeah, I mean, well said, well said. Ethereum has yet to really partake in this alt rally. So, you know, it would definitely be good if Ethereum made it to this party. All right. Thank you, Bill. So also definitely tell us what you think. Do you have any of your savings in DeFi? Do you think DeFi is the future? Do you plan to move everything out of your bank accounts and put it in DeFi? Tell us down in the comments below. Okay, all right. Thank you for that question. Okay, so trust swap, I think I already covered this briefly, all right? So somebody did mention that this, okay, so somebody mentioned that this cryptocurrency comes from the Uptrend team. So Jeff Kerdekis, okay, I totally butchered that, I'm sorry. Okay, so basically Jeff, he's the creator of Uptrend and the leader of a crypto investment community of over 100,000 people. Okay, thank you for that, Nicola. I mean, I haven't heard of this community. I've heard of Uptrend, but not really of the other community. I mean, because question is, where were they during the bear market? I mean, because I don't think, I mean, liquidity across the entire market is kind of drained. Okay, but okay, if that's the reason why there's hype around it, okay, that's interesting. But I mean, to me, it's still pretty early, right? It's still pretty early to just kind of launch a token in 1 month during the peak alt season. Okay, reminds me of people launching ICOs after 1 month back in 2017, and some of those people were not around in 2019, right? So I'm just kind of putting caution into wind. I'm not saying the project isn't good per se. I'm just saying I'm very cautious right now, right? I'm still kind of trying to keep a long-term perspective as opposed to FOMOing into any cryptocurrency just because it's the hot new thing, right? But definitely do share your thoughts on this project, what you think, down in the comments below. Do you think this has lots of upside? We're definitely open to that, so definitely tell us why down in the comments below. Okay, all right, so let's get on to the next question. Okay, so some of these projects required in-depth research because this project Zape I've not heard of, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to skip this. Okay, so yeah, some of these questions can be answered on Token Metrics. So Ian, I think Bitcoin price and STX price are correlated. Can you check that for me, please? So just in the interest of time, if you go to Bitcoin on Token Metrics and just click the correlation tab, it will show you which ones have correlation, right? So that's kind of the easy way of doing that without spending time on that. Okay, Pixby, is this on Token Metrics? No, unfortunately, I've not heard of this Pixby token, so that is not on Token Metrics to my knowledge. Okay, so here's one. I think there might be TA on this one. Thoughts on Morpheus Labs, MITX. Okay, so I think this one we do have on Token Metrics. Yeah, I mean, fundamentals wise, long term, we haven't been bullish on this at all. TA for us shows us very bearish. But I mean, I'm curious to, our TA is kind of looking at a monthly trend, so maybe there are other trends within the month that could be bullish. Bill, is there any info on TradingView for MITX?
There is coming up here right now.
Okay.
Okay, so this is sort of your introduction to watching me draw stuff on the fly. So what it looks like happened here, okay, is that all of a sudden bulls decided to take charge almost out of nowhere, okay? Now, when that happens, it catches everyone off guard and it gets to a point where, okay, the bears have come back in, okay? So we're at this sort of impasse. Now, looking at this can probably continuing to go higher, especially if it sort of rallies just a little bit more, right? If it closes above today's high, whatever this is can go up more, because we know during alt season that when you get these giant green candlesticks like this, especially ones that have these gaps, okay, somebody big maybe trying to get involved in something very small. It actually reminds me of something that's so old, it's almost embarrassing, that when big hedge funds like Tudor Jones had really nothing else to trade but things like soybeans and corn and cattle, that's the last time I saw price action like that, when someone big was trying to get into something small. So I don't know what kind of cryptocurrency it is, but I know if bulls are in control 5 days from now, it could go up more.
All right. Thank you for that, Bill. Okay, moving on. Okay, so some of these projects, unfortunately, we've not heard of. I mean, looks like it's DeFi hour. Okay, can you please take a look on Bankroll Vault? Okay, is that a platform or site? VLT. This could be the most undervalued DeFi project. Can you take a look at it? Thanks. Okay, Bankroll Vault. Okay, you got my attention. Let me Google this. Okay, token is official store value for the. Okay, Bankroll's store value on the Ethereum blockchain powered by Uniswap. Bankroll Vault token is official store value network on. Okay, what the heck do they do? Okay, I'm sorry, but this is too. There isn't really much information here to do with this project. So it's a store of value. So it's like Bitcoin on Ethereum. I'm sorry, but this seems. I mean, I don't. Nothing about this page screams to me most undervalued DeFi project. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not sure how that is determined based just purely on this page. I mean, maybe is there something I'm missing here? But this seems to me like it's pure speculation. I mean, there's nothing here that screams this is the best thing since sliced bread. This just seems like DeFi, that like just slap DeFi on top of something and make it pump. I mean, because this is just a very generic website, honestly. Can maybe somebody share in the comments what's going on here? But this is super generic. I mean, let's check the white paper maybe. But I mean, this does not give confidence to FOMO. I mean, sorry to kind of keep on repeating this, but you want to be careful out there. I mean, you don't want to just FOMO into anything that is not unique. I mean, because honestly, I'm sorry to have to roast this, but just looking at this, nothing about this is unique at all, right? I mean, because if this store value in Ethereum, why is this better than Bitcoin? Why is this better than WBTC on Ethereum or REN BTC on Ethereum? Because we already have a store of value with Bitcoin, so why would I put my money in this as opposed to something else just because it has a low cap? So okay, this is the white paper. Looking at this, scrolling through. Okay, so we go to the overview. Bankroll is a premier decentralized finance network on Tron and Ethereum. Okay, implements a voluntary, sustainable, and permissionless global economic engine. Okay, the platform provides rewards in TRX, ETH, BTT, VLT, and BNKR. Okay, network of games offer well-defined risks to players. Yeah, honestly, I'm not seeing much here that makes me scream groundbreaking. Am I missing something here? Okay, somebody says, Timothy says, VLT, I got into OTC, was a 10x, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you made 10x on this, I mean, sell. I mean, sell and don't look back, I'm sorry. But, all right, at least take out your initial and some. Right, sell and don't look back, because I'm not really a betting man, but I don't see this staying at 10x long term, right? Because I don't really see anything groundbreaking. I mean, honestly, I don't see anything groundbreaking about this at all. But that's just my subjective opinion from just looking at the website and white paper. And I don't think there's any TA on this as well, right, Bill? VLT?
No, there's no TA.
Yeah.
If there's TA to be done, 2 months ago, we were besieged by people who wanted us to look at tokens that we're trading.
Mhm.
Now we're being asked to look at tokens that, are only OTC or are only conceptual.
Yeah.
So, folks, crypto family, we love the enthusiasm, right? But I don't think you have to go to the DeFi casino to make money. It's tempting.
Well put.
It's tempting,
Yeah.
but you don't have to chase something that, is 10xing because it's 10xing.
Yeah. Right. And sometimes the 10x could be because of a pump by a whale or insider, right? Because crypto market is not really regulated, right? Especially OTC. So be careful. Be careful out there, right? Basically, as we say, right? I think I have a song for this. Don't take that L. Okay, so don't lose your money. Okay, all right. Moving on here. Okay, this has been getting lots of comments down below. Okay, what's your take on Luna? LUNA. USDT on KuCoin. That's Terra. Currently at around 30 cents pumped loads last. Okay, yeah, even this one I haven't really heard much. I don't think we've looked into this, to my knowledge. Yeah, this we do not have. But I've been hearing a lot about this in the comments. Is there anything TA-wise on Luna, Bill?
Okay, I'm pulling it up here. Okay, so this is Luna, okay, versus Bitcoin. This is a 2-day chart. All right, and I don't know what this is, but it fits a theme that we've had for a while on this show, right? The bigger the base, the higher into space. Okay, what that means is when something forms kind of a sideways bottom, especially after a big decline like the one this one had, okay, once it starts moving, don't get in the way. Okay, so I don't know what this is, but if the bigger the base, the higher in the space is in effect, then this thing could try to go back where it came from. Okay, which is, possibly here or even here. So in a world where things moon, it looks like that could be a moon play.
All right.
And I have no idea. I'm just going straight off the charts. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, me either. I mean, you mentioned it alongside Terra. Terra is some form of store value cryptocurrency from Korea. Okay. So maybe it has something to do with store value or some kind of. I don't think it's a stable coin because it's going up in price. So, all right. So thank you for that, Bill. And tell us what you think about Luna. Do you think Luna has lots of upside? Tell us down in the comments below. All right, moving on. So once again, if you like to ask a question, go to menti.com. That's MENTI.com. Use the code 583978. That's 583978. This is being brought to you by the Token Metrics team. If you haven't yet already, go to tokenmetrics.com and join. We have a 14-day free trial that's about to wrap up. Use the coupon code CryptoFamily. That's one word to join. Right, so highly recommend you join before the trial is up. We have a nice video on the site, more information on what we do. But basically, we give you the winning edge you need to make money in crypto. We help you find winning crypto investments and trades using analytics and AI. And we just launched recently crypto indices based on AI. So I highly recommend you go check that out. Okay. Now back to the question. Okay. Ian, congratulations on the success of Token Metrics. Thank you. We can't do it without you guys, Crypto Family. Any updates on HNT? I know they are shipping a boatload of hotspots this coming week. So I mean, no updates on my end. I know they shipped now to Europe, And then I had a second device that I'm giving to my my brother, but I got an order. I mean, I'm sorry, they sent out an email this week or last week saying that they'll be shipping those devices out, I think in 1 to 2 weeks, I believe. So it looks like those are coming out. I know the price of HNT had come back a bit. I think it was around 40 cents or so last time I checked, but I haven't really kind of been keeping tabs on it. It's kind of really, I just mine it. I bought some on Galaxy myself, and I'm just kind of holding long term. I'm trying to get long term capital gains on those, right? So I'm just building my long term portfolio right now because I'm busy building Token Metrics. I don't have time to be day trading or doing any of that stuff, or even speculating at all. I'm just trying to build my long term portfolio. Bill, is HNT on TradingView? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, so that's really it. In terms of updates, if we go to Explorer sorry, just give me 1 second here. I think it's Explorer Helium. I'm just double checking, just trying to see. Okay, maybe Helium block Explorer. Yeah, explorer.helium.com. And this is for the HNT token. Let's take a look and see how they're doing. Yeah, so it's 39 cents. Market cap 16.5 million. So slowly but surely. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's what I wanted to go to is network.helium. This has the coverage map. So last time I checked, it was about 4,100, 4,200 or so hotspots. So looking at this, I would expect them. Okay, so now it's 4,400 hotspots. So they're expanding, right? My region still has barely any hotspots, so my antenna is not really helping out at all, because you have to have 3 hotspots in your region to really maximize. But yeah, so it looks like Europe still hasn't received their hotspots. It looks like those people here, I know some people, what they did is they bought them in the US and shipped them to Europe. Either maybe a friend shipped them or just somebody else was a relayer and just shipped them over there. But I think Europe will actually receive them probably next month. But probably best to go to their Slack or Discord and Telegram group for to basically get more information on that. But hey, I mean, tell us what you think. Do you think Helium and HNT has lots of upside? Tell us down in the comments below. I know I'm personally very bullish on it, but that's just kind of my take, or is curious to hear other people's opinion on this. All right, let's move on to the next question. Okay, good question. Any doubts on Ethereum rolling out ETH 2.0 before the next generation of blockchains? Okay, so let me take a step back. So recently, some Ethereum developers posted on Reddit, I think it was on Reddit, that they believe Ethereum 2.0 will have to wait until early 2021 to launch. Then Vitalik chimed in basically saying that he would rather have them launch early this year, because time frame was end of Q2, early Q3. But in typical Ethereum and Vitalik fashion, they've missed the deadline again, and their launch to staking has now been pushed back again. I mean, this is really the running meme in crypto. But I mean, we're still bullish on ETH 2.0. That we think that's going to change the entire space, because it will be the second most popular cryptocurrency now having staking. I mean, even though staking has now kind of become the norm amongst all the other altcoins, they've kind of been the first ones to really do that. Okay, hold on, sorry. Are we still online, people? Sorry, let me just do it. Okay, yes, we are. I'm sorry. my iPad went off and I thought I lost the signal. Okay, yeah, so ETH 2.0, very bullish on it. Now, will other blockchains really, I mean, so I think when he says other blockchains, we have to really pick out which blockchains can actually compete with Ethereum, right? So, I mean, Cardano and Shelly, I mean, Cardano has been going up a lot because of Shelly. So that's definitely one to keep an eye on. And honestly, at this point, I think other next gen blockchains will get there, right? Cardano and Shelly is launching, I believe, in August. So that's definitely one to keep an eye on. Cardano has been pumping as a result of that. Now, whether or not it will be well received, right? It could be maybe people are just kind of FOMOing in based on the hype and that milestone. But I think it really, I mean, the space is now more competitive. We have Elrond, which is coming out, Zilliqa. There's so many more blockchains. We have Cosmos and Atom. So many blockchains, and almost all of them now are switching to proof of stake. So Ethereum, if anything, will be the last major blockchain to the party of staking. So, I mean, to answer your question, any doubts on Ethereum rolling out ETH 2.0 before the next gen blockchains? I think they'll be late, right? But I still think they'll, because it's Ethereum and they have the largest network community, they have the biggest network effects and largest developer community. I think people will still support it a lot more than any of these other blockchains that have proof of staking, right? Because Ethereum is Ethereum. Bill, your take?
Yeah, just one side note. In other words, what stops this delay cycle from the Ethereum development community? Well, I'm not going to comment on anything on the technology side, but the way the market can put pressure on them is by having the Cardanos, the Cosmos, these other competing blockchains, I don't know, dare I say it, start mooning or at least continue their uptrends or expanding in market cap. In other words, competition is what fuels business. It fuels better products, cheaper products, etc. So if Cardano and all the other blockchains continue to rise on the market cap charts, that might raise an eyebrow at Ethereum headquarters, right? Because right now there's really no pressure on them. I don't necessarily want to put pressure on them, but the world doesn't stop spinning. So the competitors are out there, and however, if they can make enough noise, then they may have to move faster.
Yeah, well said, Bill. Well said. Somebody's saying only Neo can compete or be better than Ethereum. I'm not sure about that, James. Not sure about that. Not sure whether you're in China right now. And just wink if you're under duress. I kid, James. I kid. Yeah, I mean, Neo is also launching Neo 3.0. So, I mean, yeah, so if you add Neo 3.0, if you add Shelly with Cardano, I mean, Ethereum has some heavy competition, so definitely keep an eye out on that. Okay, somebody, Demis says, Vitalik's inexperience in business and project management is what's slowing it down. Okay, all right. Vitalik, if you're watching this, Demis has spoken. All right, thank you, Crypto Family. Tell us what you think down in the comments below. Okay, all right, moving on to the next question. Oh man, I'm not sure I want to answer this question, but hey, I mean, it's the Crypto Family AMA. Any tips on the best countries to get tax haven citizenship? Okay, maybe let's rephrase that to something tax officials might like better. Basically, what countries are good for tax planning? Well, if you're American, you're basically out of luck. Wherever you go worldwide, they have you, right? So both Bill and I are Americans, so doesn't really, actually the best tax planning country is probably America. All right, if you're not American, it's America. I mean, because America doesn't share any of their information with other countries, right? And then for most people in the world, the countries don't tax them if they earn their income outside of America. I mean, I'm sorry, outside of their home country. So if you become an expat and you earn your income online through trading or other means and not in your home country, obviously consult a tax professional and all that. But technically, any country should suffice, right? But the most popular ones have been the Cayman Islands, British Virgin Islands, Hong Kong, and a bunch of others. Right now, I would not be in Hong Kong. So we shut our business down in Hong Kong beginning of this year, and that was based on the riots and some other stuff, and just not really finding it cost effective. But now you add on the law of China. Now China's kind of impeding and entering Hong Kong, and they're passing all kinds of laws and stuff. So the political risk there is probably not the best place to be in. Just my personal take. Then lots of other countries are now kind of getting blacklisted as well. I believe some countries, I think British Virgin Islands might have been on that list. Don't quote me on that. But honestly, just talk to a professional. Do your research online. One channel I do like that I do follow on occasion is called Nomad Capitalist on YouTube. That's what he does full time. He's kind of like the Ian Belena for tax planning for people that want to become expats. So definitely check out that channel. Anything to add, Bill?
I just have to give my classic answer on taxes, which is consult with your tax professional. We're market guys. We love that you're dialing into the show, but
yeah, don't
ever want to tell anybody anything on taxes that's incorrect.
Yeah. Okay. Then I see Engine 9 says Puerto Rico. Yes. So Puerto Rico with Act 20 and Act 22 is popular. I do have two friends who were actually Americans who moved down to Puerto Rico. But one moved back. So one kind of basically not rage quit, but moved back. Then the other, so he's kind of in Puerto Rico, but he's barely there. He's always traveling. And honestly, I did look into Puerto Rico as well, but me myself, I'm not sure I would like the change of lifestyle. I'm not really, I don't really like small places, right? I kind of like big cities, right? So like Washington, D.C., New York, London, right? I don't think I would go to like a small island and just kind of be there, right? Long term. But I mean, I've not been to Puerto Rico. I definitely do want to travel there and just kind of check it out. It has a big crypto community. We know Brock Pierce is down there. Even Peter Schiff is down there and some other people, right? So there's definitely a huge finance crowd down there. So, I mean, I'll definitely have to go down there and check it out, but not sure I would live there long term. But as Bill mentioned, I mean, definitely consult a tax professional for all that. Okay, Samir says Sovereign Man website. Okay, yeah, definitely do check that out as well. I think I have heard of that as well. But yeah, tell us what you think down in the comments below. All right. Okay, hi Ian. Have you looked at FOAM? FOAM. Their cartography code is based on POL, proof of location, and uses LoRa. This is the, I think, low Wi-Fi or low bandwidth. It's basically a wireless spectrum. This is what, kind of like helium hotspots. They're based in New York City and have deployed the map on the blockchain. Okay, I have heard of this. I don't think we have this on our platform because this is not even trading anywhere to my knowledge. Let me take a look. FOAM. Yeah, so this we do not have on our platform. Let me just do a quick search and see if we get anything. I think it's called FOAM protocol. If anybody has heard of this, please share down in the comments below. Can I see Alfred Diallo is asking about ZPay? Yeah, that one we've not heard of as well. Okay, I'm not sure why this is slow for me to load on Google. Maybe